In the dimly lit hallways of the abandoned BANBAN kindergarten, the air was thick with an eerie silence. The walls were covered in old, fading murals of smiling animals, creatures meant to comfort children, but now only served as twisted reminders of something long forgotten. No one knew why the kindergarten had closed. Some said it was due to financial reasons, others whispered about a tragedy. But there was one thing everyone agreed on. No one dared enter after dark. The legend of BANBAN had seen to that. BANBAN was not just any character in the school's murals. He was once the mascot, a friendly figure who would walk the halls, interacting with children during events. A large, colorful creature with a wide, permanent smile, BANBAN had been adored by all. That was, until the incident. One evening, as the story goes, the staff stayed late to prepare for the school's anniversary celebration. But when morning came, none of them were ever seen again. The only trace of them was a single blood-red message smeared across the wall of the gymnasium. BANBAN is here. Years later, stories of BANBAN resurfaced, especially among thrill-seekers who tried to break into the closed-off building. Most of them never made it past the front entrance. The lucky few who did fled before the night was over, claiming to hear strange giggling, the soft patter of footsteps, and sometimes, just sometimes, a low, deep voice calling their name. One such thrill-seeker was a young man named Ethan. He had heard the legends, but being a skeptic, he saw it as an opportunity to disprove the myths once and for all. Armed with a flashlight, camera, and a sense of bravado, Ethan broke into the building one cold, moonless night. The door creaked open with surprising ease, and as he stepped inside, the air seemed to shift. Heavier, oppressive. The flashlight beam flickered as Ethan walked through the decaying halls, passing by old classrooms. His heart began to race, though he wasn't sure why. The silence felt wrong, like something was waiting. He reached the gymnasium, the place where the staff had vanished. There, in the center of the room, stood a large, shadowy figure, too large to be human. Ethan's breath caught in his throat as the figure slowly turned to face him. It was BANBAN. But this BANBAN was no friendly mascot. His once colorful fur was faded and dirty, his eyes black pits of nothingness, and that wide smile. It was too wide now, stretching unnaturally from ear to ear. Ethan stumbled backward, fumbling with his camera, desperate to capture proof. But before he could move, BANBAN began to speak. "You shouldn't have come here," BANBAN whispered, his voice deep and unsettling. "The others never left, and neither will you." Suddenly, the walls began to pulse like a heartbeat, and the murals of animals twisted into grotesque versions of themselves, their eyes following Ethan as he tried to escape. But no matter how fast he ran, the hallways seemed to stretch endlessly. BANBAN's laughter echoed all around him, growing louder, closer. Ethan's breath grew ragged. He could feel BANBAN's presence just behind him. At the last moment, Ethan burst through the entrance doors, collapsing onto the street outside. He gasped for air, looking back at the building, expecting BANBAN to emerge. But the door remained shut, and the night was silent once again. Shaking, he checked his camera, desperate to see if he had captured anything. But as he scrolled through the photos, his blood ran cold. Every image was of him, sleeping in his own bed. And in the corner of each photo, barely visible, was BANBAN, smiling that same impossibly wide smile. The last image, it wasn't of Ethan anymore. It was BANBAN standing at the foot of someone else's bed. And the timestamp on the photo, it was tomorrow night.